Hi there, and welcome back to another edition of Gray Hair and Tattoos. My name is Lonnie, and today we are going to be talking about tattoo pain. Now, I know that I have talked about spots that have hurt before, according to, I believe it was tattoo.com. Today we're going to do it just a little bit differently. Last week I went and had a new tattoo done right on my shin. Beautiful tattoo. I will show you. I'll show you the final product. But during the tattoo, I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is really spicy. This is a spicy tattoo. And when I was having it done, I would be talking to my artist Brian, and I'd be like, oh, that's a jalapeno. And then I'd be like, that's a habanero. So we came up with a pain rating scale based on peppers. My son was there also, Robert, and between the three of us, between Robert, Brian, and myself, we came up with the pepper scale of pain. Now, there's 4 peppers that we're gonna have. They go from banana pepper all the way up to ghost pepper. So let's go over the different peppers and the different level of pain that they represent. Okay, one is the most mellow. I mean, every tattoo hurts. There's not a tattoo out there that you don't feel. Whether or not, whatever your pain tolerance is or whatever that is, that's going to be your own personal preference. But it's just, a banana pepper is like, I can feel that, but it's nothing horrible. To me, it's therapeutic. So a banana pepper, you know what, it's not that bad. It's pain, but it's nothing like, oh wow. So from banana pepper, we're going to jalapeno pepper. Jalapeno pepper is this that kind of level of pain where you might be sitting there having a conversation with your artist, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, we're having a conversation, but I'm gonna, your mind starts wandering more towards your tattoo and what exactly your artist is doing. So pain level goes up a little bit. From there, we have a habanero pepper. The habanero pepper is that part of your tattoo where you're no longer conversing with your artist. You're more just concentrating on the tattoo. You're like, oh wow, you know what? This hurts. I'm going to kind of follow along with the artist, see what he's doing. You can always just be like, okay, when he stops tattooing and he goes to put on more ink, you could be like, okay, that's a habanero. But that's not the highest level that we're going to be talking about. We also have the ghost pepper. Now, the ghost pepper part of the pain scale is that one area of when you're getting a tattoo that it is literally all you can think about. You're not talking, you're in a zone. This ghost pepper placement is, to me, when I have a ghost pepper tattoo, I'm like, don't talk to me. I shut out the world around me and I just concentrate on breathing. Ghost peppers is the highest level of pain that you can have during a tattoo. So we have banana pepper, we have jalapeno pepper, we have habanero pepper, and then we have ghost pepper. So now you kind of have the scale, which one represents which amount of pain. So let's give some examples. I'm going to give you some examples of my personal tattoos that I'm going to rate them for you. Now, again, everybody has their different opinion on what hurts. I have people that I'll be like, oh, this is a banana pepper, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, that was a habanero for me. So this isn't an exact science, and you know what, and just remember, I'm giving you my opinion of pain based off my personal tattoos. So let's go ahead and start. Banana peppers. Banana peppers are basically, they're a great place to have your first tattoo. Banana pepper will be your forearms, your outer arm, your thigh, anywhere along there. Again, you're going to be feeling your tattoo, but it's not going to be to the point where you can't be enjoying the experience. You could be conversing with your artist. You can just be having a great time getting your tattoo. Very minimal pain. And it's ideally, you know, if they were all banana pepper tattoos, probably a lot more people would have tattoos, but it is the least painful spot. Again, my areas of banana pepper tattoos is surprisingly my hand. I didn't think my hand hurt at all. Definitely the base of my hand, this part right here was a banana pepper. I was incredibly amazed that it didn't hurt worse. I was expecting a habanero, a jalapeno at least, definitely bordering on a jalapeno. Nope, it was a banana pepper. It was probably one of the easiest tattoos that I've gotten. My forearms, again, a great example of a banana pepper. The pain is very, very minimal. So again, you know, if you're starting out, look for those places where your banana pepper least painful spots are going to be. Forearms, thighs, that's my suggestion. Okay, so the next one is the jalapeno peppers. Jalapeno peppers, again, you're definitely going to know what your artist is doing. You're going to start feeling it. It is going to be a little bit more of like, I can feel that. For me, that would be the wrist area. The wrist, it's not the inner wrist. It was just a really weird sensation. Outer wrist, definitely, I could be feeling that. That was something that I would definitely rate as a jalapeno. It got my attention. Another area of a jalapeno would be the ankle. This is my first tattoo that I ever got, so this is 26 years ago. You know, just to me, this particular tattoo was not it wasn't habanero, but it definitely wasn't banana pepper. So I would rate the tattoo around my ankle clearly just a jalapeno. You feel it, you know what's going on, it's definitely there. Another area that I definitely rate as a jalapeno are behind the ears. It's a sensation that I'm just not a fan of, and it hurt a little bit more than what I was expecting. Where my hand hurt less, behind my ears hurt, or behind my ear hurt more. So it's always kind of a hit and a miss as to what I have preconceived in my mind and what actually ends up transpiring. So sometimes, you know, maybe just listening to this and getting an idea will get you a little bit more prepared on going in as to what kind of level, what kind of experience that you can be expecting. Okay, so now we're up to a habanero tattoo. A habanero tattoo is something that you are definitely going to be feeling. It's something that I personally, whenever I get into the habanero area, I have a tendency, I mean, I'm still talking to my artist, but again, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of listening to you, and I'm kind of concentrating on what's going on because I want to be able to breathe. I want to be able to regulate my thought pattern. So I have a tendency to be a little bit more aware of what's going on, a little bit less chatty. Now, I already told you that the hand, the base of the hand right here is a banana pepper. Where it gets into a habanero pepper are the knuckles. The knuckles are a different story. You know, you have your finger right here, those are more jalapeno. But when you're going right on your knuckles, that's a habanero. Plain and simple. There's no getting around that. That one is a habanero. Another area that's a habanero is anywhere near the elbow. We will get to the elbow. We haven't touched that one yet. But near the elbow, when you are going anywhere near close, that is going to be a habanero. You are going to feel it. So another spot that is definitely habanero is the calf. I did not anticipate the calf hurting like it did. Again, I went in and I was actually surprised that it was a habanero and not a jalapeno. I remember laying there and I'm like, what is going on? This shouldn't hurt so bad, but I've heard from many people that their calf tattoo is one of their most painful tattoos. So calves are a little bit of the sleeper. I mean, again, I didn't think that a calf tattoo would be a habanero, and it is 100% a habanero. I don't consider it a ghost pepper but it's definitely a habanero. Now, last but not least, the ghost pepper. Now, the ghost pepper tattoo, again, that's a tattoo that when I'm getting a ghost pepper, I don't talk. I don't want to talk. The only thing I want to do is I want to concentrate. I want to concentrate on my breathing, and I just want it to be over. So to me, ghost peppers are like, you do your thing, I'm going to do mine. We'll talk when that area is done. So some examples of ghost peppers for me were my elbow. My elbow was hands down a ghost pepper. And the kicker with the elbow, my particular design and the color on my elbow had to be touched up, I think, 3 times. So Brian would, he would pack in the color, and it just wasn't taking the color that way we wanted. And so then on the next visit, he'd be like, I'm sorry, I got to hit the color again. And I'd be like, ah. So 3 times. It took 3 times of tattooing the same area to get that color packed into my elbow, and it was a ghost pepper each and every time. Was it worth it? Absolutely 100%. I love my sleeve, and I love the consistency. And I personally, if my design requires that the tattoo goes over a ghost pepper area, it's going over the ghost pepper area. I want my design to look the way that I want it to look. So another area of ghost pepper, I say the collarbone. Collarbone for me was very ghost peppery. It's a kind of a tough area to tattoo because it's going over a bone, and it's not a flat surface. So for me right here, that was a ghost pepper. Another area that was a ghost pepper for me was my stomach. That was a ghost pepper. And not only was it a ghost pepper, but the vibrations getting the tattoo, I'm like, where are you tattooing me? I mean, I could feel it down my legs. I could feel it going up my torso. And it was definitely a ghost pepper, and definitely one of my favorites. And I would do it again just because I have a ghost pepper tattoo on my stomach, and it means a lot to me. So those are always my 3 ghost pepper tattoos that I say when people ask me my most painful tattoos. It's always my elbow, my collarbone, and my stomach. Now, my tattoo that I got last week, I would definitely have to rate that with a combination of jalapeno and habanero. With a little trickles of just getting into ghost pepper. It was from the very, very beginning until the very, very end. I felt each and every little piece of color he put in. And I absolutely love it. It's healing, beautiful. But again, it was spicy. Now, the thing about it is again, in my mind, I always have all these preconceived notions of how my tattoo is going to feel before I get it. And in my mind, I thought the actual shin bone was going to be the habanero, but it wasn't. That was the jalapeno, and the meaty sides of my calf were the habanero. So there you go. It's like I always have these preconceived notions as to what's going to be the most painful, and a lot of times I surprise myself because it ends up being something totally different. So you can take my pepper pain scale from banana to jalapeno to habanero to ghost pepper, and you can get an idea of how a tattoo is going to feel in a particular area, but it's not going to be until you're actually having that tattoo put on you that you're going to be like, wow, this is a jalapeno, or what is she talking about? This is a banana pepper. Again, it's all individual, but at least this is going to give you an idea, a tangible idea that you can actually relate to. Eating a banana pepper is totally different than biting into a habanero. So it kind of gives you a little bit of idea of what to expect. So I hope, as always, that you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, by all means, please hit that like button. If you'd like to stick around and figure out what I'm talking about next, you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Now, if you would like to hang out with me on a daily basis, which I absolutely hope you do, you can click on any of the links below for my social media accounts. I have Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, Spotify, you name it, you can find me as Gray Heron Tattoos. Now, another little thing I'm very excited about is if you would like to, if you'd like to hear what my son and I have to say about life, you can actually listen to our podcast. We have started a new podcast, and the link is below also, and that one's called We're in Trouble Now. So if you'd like to basically hear some real life conversation of a mom and son who have been through a lot. We know a lot about tattoos and we know a lot about life, and we are not afraid to talk about it. By all means, you can click on that one and you can hear an episode or two of that. So as always, again, please remember to tell yourself something kind. I love you dearly, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.